What's up, guys? Um, we got a 98 or 99, whatever this is, Jeep Cherokee Sport, 4 liter, 4-wheel drive, flaming red. All the bells and whistles you could want, probably. I don't know. I'm not a Chrysler guy, whatever. But this thing got hit. Guy had a few adult juice drinks and got hit something. Take that as you want. So we got to do a fender, a bumper, a grill, and a header panel, all the front end parts basically. Driver's side looks good. Passenger side, as you can tell, is a different case here. So everything got taken off. We got a little bit more damage than what we were expecting. Usually when things like this get hit, it's hard to, guess and say what really happened. One guy says it was hit in a parking lot. One guy says he came out of his house and it was that way, and he don't know what happened. So we don't know. All I can say is that based on the damage, I would imagine this front area here was rammed into something pretty hard. It took the damage well for the most part. The front frame horn down here is a little bit kind of not good. We got to do some work in there. I got to try to get some heat going on in here and hook a chain up to it. I got a good sized log chain that I'll probably hook onto it with my old lady, and we'll get this thing pulled out. She does all the gritty work for me. I only got 2 hands, so she's got to help out when I need her to. Whether it's bleeding brakes or pulling stuff out like this. Just hooking the chain on, she'll back the truck up, and we'll get her brought back around. So front apron is okay-ish. Like I said, it's not great. It needs to get pulled out pretty far. I'm gonna say probably a good, at the bottom here, probably 2 inches. It looks like it's maybe 1.5 inches, or between 1 inch and 2 inches, I'm gonna say. So we got to move this quite a ways up, and once I start pulling it, it'll really get, it'll get almost there. This is not my cup of tea particularly. Chryslers are not usually my cars, so as you can tell, I am a GM man. This guy has been bringing me this Jeep for numbers of years now, so I've worked on this. I built the whole suspension, everything in the steering, the brakes, the shocks, tie rod ends, you name it, it's been done. So this Jeep is from out of state. It's not a Michigan Jeep. This came from somewhere, I forget what state it was, from a dealer. It got sent out, bought and then sold, and bought and sold, and then wound up here somehow. So, the fiasco, some of these things aren't really dated and kept track of too well. So this one, we don't know. It wound up in Grand Rapids, Michigan somehow at some dealer, and we believe it was bought at auction. And how it got there, it's really your guess. There's not a lot of paperwork on this thing besides the stuff that I've done to it. So this thing's got 180,000, I think it just flipped. So it's got some miles on it, but it is very, very good shape for the year. And considering it is in Michigan, the rockers and floors and everything are all still there. It's very solid Jeep still. We got to do some undercoating where they go underneath by like the firewall floor pan deal here, wheel well deal. You know what I'm talking about. We got to grind some surface rust out and probably just wire wheel it down, grind it down, and just coat it with some undercoating stuff. So yep, we got some work here on the front end. I wanted to test fit panels today and kind of get things put together, but we're not going to get there today. Super Bowl Sunday. I'm gonna try to get this where I'm good with it today. The headlight or the header panel, I gotta get the headlight buckets out and kind of disassemble all that, so I can start ditching some old parts that we don't need. I just don't need them taking up space. I'd rather just get them out of here so we ain't got to deal with them. So we got new mud flaps coming, undercoat, fender, header panel, bumper. I need to order this bracket here for the bumper because this is completely squashed. So everything seemed to work good. I drove it yesterday about 50 miles to my place. Did 75, 80 miles an hour like it was nothing. So still a good Jeep. I know people are gonna say, yeah, it's just a Jeep thing. You know, they get hit, you know, they get bumps and bruises, but this guy particularly does not use this Jeep in that fashion. This is kind of a pavement queen per se. As you can tell, I mean, there's really not hardly a dent in the whole Jeep. It is very straight, and there's barely any trace of rust on anything. So, and he wants to keep it that way. He's a good customer of mine. I've known him for quite a while, and he's taken good care of me. And his Jeep is kind of a problem child sometimes, but the 4-liter's been good. So the suspension, on the other hand, Chrysler's better way of thinking. You know, I don't know, whatever. We'll keep you guys posted on this thing, and hopefully everything will go as planned, and everything will kind of get massaged back out. So yeah, just stay with me, stay tuned for the rest. I'm sure we're gonna get some more videos of this thing going back together and getting pulled out and stuff. It's gonna be pretty intriguing to see how this is gonna work because this thing's pretty bent up. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. This piece here shouldn't be too big of a deal. This is pretty thin metal. This probably will pull out like butter. The frame horn down here where this all comes together, I think that's going to be a little bit of a different story, but maybe with a little bit of some heat and a chain we can get this thing dialed in and get it where it needs to be. I got to paint everything. I got to paint the fender, the bumper, the header panel. We got a new grill for it. I'm not totally sold on what we're doing, if we're doing a red grill or if we're doing it black. The old one was black. I don't know. I guess I gotta see some Jeeps with a red grill to really paint it red. I don't know if we're there yet, but we got a lot of work here yet. I got at least probably an hour or so trying to mess with this and get this thing sorted out, and then test fit panels, get everything to see if everything lines up. Can we get the bumper on? That's my main concern right now, is will the bumper fit on the Jeep once this is pulled out. We'll see. It's kind of a guessing game per se. I'm hoping it will. This is not, just a normal Michigan Jeep that somebody don't care about, that they're running hard and, taking through the trails and stuff. That's not what this is. So this is still a nice Jeep, and we got to treat it as such, and try to get this thing done right. I don't have fancy equipment to pull all this stuff with. We're going to do it the old school method. Just get a torch, start heating, some metals up and get stuff pulled out, with horsepower, and, just start pulling and pushing and tapping and smacking until things start looking how they're supposed to look. It's not particularly the right way of doing things on something like this, but it's how it needs to happen, unfortunately. If I had some better equipment, hey, that's great, but I'm blessed to have even what I have right now. So just staying humble about it. We got to get after it. This guy wants his Jeep back, and if there's one guy that's gonna pull a magic trick out of his hat, it's gonna be me. So we're gonna make this thing happen. We're gonna get this thing brought back to life. Just stay gritty and get right after it. There's no time to to make excuses why we can't put this thing back together because it still drives. We're going to put this thing back together and make it right for this guy, and hopefully he can make some better life decisions when it comes down to driving this when he shouldn't be driving this. I'm going to have a good talk with him when I get it back to him. So I got roughly 10 days. That's what he told me. He said if you can get it done in 10 or less, that's great. So I got to really start hammering this out and getting after it. I'm thinking at least maybe 3-4 days in paint, I would imagine. Header panel, bumper, fender. A good day to paint it, 2 days to dry roughly, safely. I'm hoping that it'll go good. We got some decent weather in Michigan right now. Cross your toes as well. So the sun has been shining, and we are hopefully moving into spring. So I'm thinking we're gonna get some 50s. We're not getting 60s yet. There's no way. If we do, it would be something that's wrong. So we got a couple good days coming where it's gonna be somewhat-ish warm, and I'll be able to run the heater in here and get it warm enough to start spraying and get these parts sprayed and done right. So yeah, basically just stay along for the ride, man. There's going to be videos of me painting and stuff and getting things squared away. It might not be everybody's cup of tea. I'm doing this in, a 2-ish stall garage, and just trying to make it happen out of nothing. So bear with me. We're trying to do the best I can with what I got. I'm blessed to have this right now, and I'm trying to make it grow, and I have faith in it. I just gotta keep banging stuff out. I gotta grind it out right now. So we're in just a rough environment of what it's going to be. Just stick with me. I'm gonna try to build some stuff for you guys to watch and to be better about how I'm posting and stuff, so you guys can watch me kind of get after it and be a part of it. Comment, whatever you guys think. I'm with it. Any suggestions on how to get this thing right and to dial it in, I am all ears. So black grill, red grill, I don't know. It was a red bumper. Does it need to be red again, or should it be black? It's all ideas. I know this guy's all about the red. This guy loves this freaking thing. I don't know why, but these Jeeps, XJ, FJ, whatever J, okay, they're Jeeps. I'm with it. I respect you guys. I'm a Chevy GM guy. These Jeeps are cool. I would have to say that they are very unique in design. They're very reliable. You cannot beat a 4-liter hardly at all. I mean, they're right up there with any conversation of 350s, 5.3s, NELS, 3800 GM stuff. Your Dodges, your 318s. This is, you guys know what I'm trying to say. This thing is pretty stout, and they're certainly not slept on in my book. These things are very, very good Jeeps, and we're going to try to keep this on the road. So not going to be perfect probably, but I'm going to try my best to get it as close to it as I can get it. We'll end up undercoating this whole thing anyways, so anything that did maybe chip or flake off, hopefully we'll get it covered up. And it'll be the last time it gets hit, hopefully. Hold your breath on that. So keep me in your prayers. I'm gonna need it. Let's just try to, get this thing wrapped up and put back together and brought back around to where she should be. So, yep, just hang out for the ride, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.